welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Got a pretty special beer tonight, I'd say. This is the New Holland Brewing Dragon's Milk Ale Aged in Oak Barrels, the High Gravity Series. Let's take a look at the back here. A barrel-aged stout with roasty malt character intermingled with deep vanilla tones, all dancing in an oak bath. Pairings, red meat, smoked foods. Balsamic, rich cheese, and dark chocolate. 23 degrees Plato. 10% ABV. Remember not to drink if you're pregnant, ladies. This I got in a trade with Dan of Symbiosis Harper, so thank you, Dan, for this beer. I forget what the regular version of this is called. I know they have this is an oak aged milk stout, which is really interesting because, you know, usually wood aged beers are usually Russian imperials or just some kind of imperial stout, but I don't think I've ever had a oak aged milk stout, so this will be really interesting. So let's get into it. Alright, so as you can see, this pour is very, very dark black. Actually, it looks very dark brown to be accurate. Got a nice head on there. It's you know, kind of a dark tan, creamy frothiness, I guess. I could smell it even when I was standing way back pouring it, and it definitely has that milk stout quality to it, like that kind of dairy scent to it. Almost like a farmhouse kind of scent, you know, a little tiny bit funky. You know, for a wood-aged beer, it doesn't really smell that particularly woody. I mean, I definitely get like some vanilla and a little bit of like kind of oak. I get some alcohol in here too. I think the vanilla and the alcohol are playing off each other or are one and the same. I don't know. So let's give it a try. Cheers. Yeah, wow. I get a lot of alcohol burn in the throat, but while it was in the mouth, it was damn tasty. I mean, look at that big ass gulp I took right there. Right off the bat, is it in Dark Lord or KBS territory? No. But it's a pretty damn good imperial stout, I'll tell you that much. I noticed, like, right away you get a lot of sweetness. Kind of like a milk chocolate and kind of like a milky kind of taste. It is a milk stout using the... It's not brewed with milk, it's brewed with lactose sugar. That's where the term milk stout comes from. And I noticed, like, yeah, right away, really sweet. Almost like a Coca-Cola kind of taste to it. Mixed with a kind of... you know, traditional milk stout with like a lot more energy. Getting vanilla right through the middle there. You know, it's sweet and rich, but it's not like sickly sweet or like syrupy. Definitely not. And actually, it has a surprisingly kind of thin mouthfeel to it. You know, if I was drinking this blind, I would never know it's imperial stout except for on the third part when you get all that alcohol. You know, 10% ABV is, I mean, to me that's not really intimidating anymore. There was a time where that would have scared the crap out of me, but, you know, now, I mean, you can tell, look, I'm just sucking this right down. I keep getting, like, the warmth. It's almost kind of like a whiskey kind of taste for sure, but it's not nearly as strong as the KBS. You know, it's definitely very, very vanilla-ish, vanilla-y, I don't know. You get a lot of it like as you exhale through the nasal cavity. The warmth on the alcohol, it's not, you know, annoying or anything. It's just there. I am drinking this, you know, rather warm. I think even at a colder temperature it'd be fine. Well, I got plenty of time to kill and plenty of beer to drink, so I'm gonna sip on this and we'll come up with my final thoughts. Cheers. Wow, this beer really impressed me for many, many reasons. It's not quite as rich and robust and complex as like a KBS or a Dark Lord or something like that, but what it makes up for it in drinkability alone. I mean, this beer is so sweet and like surprisingly thin and almost kind of fizzy in the mouthfeel. Like a soda that's like just on the verge of going flat but isn't there quite yet. So like it's... And it's also like not very complex. Like even, you know, I'm drinking at room temperature now, and it's not like any more flavors have come out since, you know, at fridge temp. But, you know, really, really impressive beer. Like, I really, really wanted to give this my highest grade. But, you know, I'm subtracting a point for it because, like, for that overt booziness that I get right on the finish. I mean, it is a lot of heat, a lot of warmth. I mean, it's not quite, maybe not heat, just kind of warmth, but it's there. And, you know, it's kind of thin, but I think that helps with the drinkability. Really dig those vanilla notes. You know, there's a slight kind of milk chocolate in there, too. You know, it's a nice kind of sweet beer. And you know me, I have a sweet tooth, so, you know, this is definitely up my alley. If you don't have a sweet tooth, you know, this might, you know, seem a little overpowering for you. I mean, it's not as, like, ridiculous as, like, Southern Tier Creme Brulee, but it's pretty darn sweet, especially for an Imperial Oak Age beer. So, that being said, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 to the New Holland Brewing Company's Dragon's Milk. You know, I wish it just would take more advantage of its oak age character. I think you really have to drink at least a year, if not 2 years old, vintage to get that woody character out. Maybe dial down the booze a little, but you know, for what it is really, really tasty and really, really drinkable. I sucked this whole thing down in like 15 minutes. Really, really sorry I can't get this beer where I live because I want to go out and buy another bottle like right now. So, yeah, 9 out of 10 to Dragon's Milk. I think it's an excellent beer. I would love to try a 2010, 2009, something like that, and see what happens, or, you know, get another and wait a couple of years. But that being said, that does it for this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Thanks to Dan for sending me this beer, and thanks to you guys out there for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.